Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Chef Steph on Fire. Guys, today we are going to do something a little bit different, a little something that's a little bit unusual, but at the same time, totally unexpected. So today I'm going to walk you guys through how I make my curry sauce. And it might shock you, it might not, but this is what we're working with today, all right? So in this pot, we already have the vegetables that were blanched for about, actually they were cooked down in a pot for roughly about 25 minutes. And we have yellow peppers, red peppers, orange peppers, as well as carrots and onions. So we're basically going to take this right now and we're going to put it inside the blender. We're going to have this puree. We want to get this as smooth as possible. Okay, so let's start with that. Don't mind the alcohol beverages because you can do that. All right, so boom, let's get all these peppers in here. And then I'm going to go through the spices that we are using because we are not just using a spice, we are using spices. Lots of really good spices, okay? And I want to walk you through all of them. Because to make a really good curry, you have to have these beautiful spices. And they're all in those ramekin cups right there. I actually heard at one point in life someone said that these are called monkey cups. I thought it was interesting. So, but it's a ramekin. So that's what we're going to call it. That's what I'm going to stay with, because that sounds better. Okay? Add all those juices in there. Right? Boom. Next, let's go through all these beautiful spices. First in line, we have gram masala. All right? Coriander. Curry. Don't let this curry fool you. There's 3 different versions of curry inside this cup. All right? Turmeric. Ginger, love ginger around here. Garlic. Cinnamon. Cardamom. Love, 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 love. I love cardamom. I love it. Fennel seed and cumin seeds. And last but not least, this here is cloves, okay? So we're gonna add a little bit of cloves. That smells absolutely wonderful. All right, I also have some rice over here. The rice, I have black cardamom that's also sitting in there, and green cardamom sitting in there. That's going to give it some more fusion flavor, okay? And I have one more thing that I need to add to that list. And not you. There you go. Saffron. Right? The saffron is going to go in the rice, but I just have to make sure I take that out so that it's available. Okay? Now, what I have here, I have to set the timer. Okay? Because I have some more water that's boiling. I'm going to do a little dessert vegetable side dish for the curry that we're making tonight. And this here is plantains. All right? So I'm going to put the plantains in the boiling water. So too, we're gonna let that blanch that out for about 3 minutes. We're gonna cool it, and then we're going to deep fry it. All right, so back to this lovely sauce we're about to put together. Boom. So now that we have this lovely puree, okay, we're going to add all our spices one time, okay? Because we're going to puree this again. Boom, 1, 2. Curry, all y'all come. All spices in. Remember, saffron's going later. Got some red peppers here. I'm gonna do some magic with that too as a garnish for our dish. All right, so we're gonna go through the puree again one more time. Lord have mercy. It's not even put together and it's driving me crazy. I love it. But wait, there's more. The smell that is coming from in there. Alright, I just have to take a moment and be right back because we have to get these bananas out the plantain so that they don't get too soggy. We just want it to get a little soft, not too much. Plantains are now blanched. Alrighty. That, what I'm going to create, it's going to be outrageous. It's going to go really, really nice with this dish. Ready. We don't need a lot, but we just need a little spritz of it. Okay? Boom. Done. If you can smell what is going on here, my heart is being taken away right now. It smells so good. Wait, there's more. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a couple more things you can do to this, all right? That should be done to make the curry sauce. And one, I'm allergic to coconut, so I don't use coconut milk, okay? However, you can substitute if you have any allergies, or if it's not available, you can substitute it with heavy cream, or even go a step further and use buttermilk. Buttermilk just does a whole nother dynamic. If you are able to try this recipe, I would definitely recommend half buttermilk, half coconut milk. Disrespectful. That's all I'm going to say. All right. However, we'll be using the heavy cream because I'm allergic to coconut, so we won't be putting that in. Okay. So I'm going to let this puree another few moments because we want it to be silky, silky smooth. And then after, we're going to add the heavy cream. We're also going to add some ghee. And ghee, if you don't know, is basically clarified butter. But it tastes absolutely outrageous. We're going to add that into the curry. We have the white wine in here, so we have to bring this to a quick boil and let it simmer and let it cook down. And then we'll be ready for plating. All right? About to start the rice. The rice is going to get going. And then these red pepper slices here that I've cut to perfection, thank you. We're going to fire roast these, and we're also going to use these as garnish for our meal. All right, so if I didn't say it before, which I know I didn't, we are going to do tilapia panko crusted You guys can take a quick look up in here. What's going on? So we got the heavy cream in here, and you can see the curry is super, super smooth. We're gonna cook it down a little bit and bring it to a boil so that we can burn out a little bit of that white wine. And then we're going to sample this. But you already know it's going to be disrespectfully good. Now with all them authentic, lovely spices. I'm a spice guy. I love different spices. And Middle Eastern spices, Caribbean spices, they just do it for me. All right, so boom. Let's take a look at that texture there. All right. So again, this is not a curry, this is a curry sauce. And the advantage of doing a curry sauce is, one, you are able to get a smoother texture. You don't have to have curry all over everything. I'm actually just gonna put the curry on the side. I'm gonna put the rice. I'm gonna put the fish on top of it. I'm also going to garnish that fish with a little bit of sage, some deep fried sage. And on the side, we're going to have some plantains that I'm going to caramelize with a little bit of cinnamon, some ginger, and some maple syrup. Okay, so, all right, so I'm going to start now with getting the fire roasted peppers ready. Okay. We have to turn down this heat a little bit. One thing about commercial grade pilots, they distribute a lot of heat, a lot of fire, and they bring everything up to temperature real quick. So cooking at home, you definitely want to have yourself a stove that has a high BTU outlet disbursement. So this one here is 17,000 BTUs. That's a lot. 17,000 BTUs is basically just about 3,000 BTUs short of what they use in high heat situations in like Chinese restaurants. You ever go to a Chinese restaurant and they have the wok going and it's nothing but a torch at the bottom? It's like, that's over 20,000 BTUs. So this is very close to that. So I have to keep a very, very close eye not to burn things. So right now the curry is going, but it's already at boiling temperature. So like I said, we wanted to get it to a boil before, but we don't want to burn it. We just want to keep the texture nice. We just want to let it cook down a little bit from here. Because what we're going to do next is add the butter, the clarified butter, the ghee. And that's what I'm going to do next. And that's just going to give it a nice silky texture. And it's also going to add some fat that every real good sauce needs. Every great sauce needs a little bit of fat. Some, not most. But I do have a sauce that doesn't require fat that's out of this world. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all you get. That's it. That's all you get. And next week, you'll get a full revealing of that particular sauce. All right? So, all right, we got the rice going. The rice is coming up to 10. That's gonna cook really quick. I'll just turn that up a little bit higher. That going. Boom. Now we have to fire roast our peppers. So basically, I'm going to start off with a little bit of oil, okay, after I have a drink. All right, so just use a tablespoon of oil. This oil here is an oil that I made myself. It's a little bit of bonito seed that was broken down with some olive oil, some red chili that is also in there. We broke that down with a little bit of salt. So now I have an bonito seed chili oil that I'm just coating these lovely, lovely red peppers with. All right. So we're gonna get these on the grill. And I've actually, while I'm sitting here doing this with you, I'm actually thinking about adding some onions to it, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to commit to it. Because I have one vision and no, I'm not gonna do the onions. I have a vision and I'm just gonna stick to it, okay? And that's it. Boom. Let's get the ghee in here. Gotta show you this fat, it's so beautiful. Little fat pieces of ghee. Get off me. All right, and we're just going to give that a nice little stir. Get everybody married in there. All right, you don't have to do this too vigorous. Keep it nice and smooth. This sauce is just about done. And it's actually driving me insane. It smells so good. All right, and if you can see the fat that was on the side, it is now being married to the sauce that has the heavy cream, which you can substitute in place of coconut milk. Also, another substitute that you can use is buttermilk. All right. So boom, that even has a nice little shine to it, nice little glaze. It smells, it's killing me right now. I just want to eat. I just want to put a straw in and just. All right, so we're gonna lock that up and we're gonna close that off because this is done. Well, it's not done though. I still got salt and pepper to taste. Let's get some salt going in there. It's got the salt already. And this isn't a hot curry. This is a more of a savory curry that we want the flavor to really just be enjoyable. Some spices, and then we're gonna have some hot sauce on the side so that you can make it as hot as you want. You can go mild, low temp, which is a green pepper, or if you want to break a sweat. You see this one is still pretty much full. Nobody want to mess with this one. But I do on occasion. I got you. All right, and our rice is done too. All right, if you remember the last few episodes ago, I showed you guys how to make your rice. So right now it's at that point where I think I have to pull it out. So let's just test it out, see where we are. It looks good. But it's not ready yet. Still needs a few more minutes. It's not at the fluff where I want it. So give it like another 2 minutes or so and that'll be good to go. Okay, now back to making the sauce. And now as you see what's going on here, I don't have a particular measurement that I have for salt. It all depends on how I feel that day. And if I feel like I want to add a little bit more salty, I can add a little bit more salt. If I want more savory, I add less salt and deal with the flavor. Okay? So I'm just going to test this out one more time and then we're going to cover this up. Use a little bit more salt. Right, and I think that's a little bit more salt than I need. I need to taste it. I think we're good. Because I just needed a pinch before, and I added a little bit more than a pinch. Right. You sit there and chill. Mm, mm, mm. You don't need no more salt. It's perfect. Trust me. I said it. I know what I'm talking about. It's perfect. Mm. All right, rice. Let's see where you at. One more minute. Boom, these guys are done. And if you want to see how beautiful this rice is, here we go. This is what we're working with, folks. That beautiful fluffy rice that's not sticking, that is just everything, okay? Mmm. All right, remember, cook this rice like pasta, and we're gonna dump it. Like I said, we're gonna take care of the fire roasted peppers, but first we're gonna char them out on the frying pan here. So I like the cast iron because the cast iron holds a lot of heat. And once I put these red peppers in there, the cast iron is just going to really take it to another level and really cook this up. But if you're not careful, you can burn it and destroy it. So wait for the shh. And just remember, we coated this with some oil already, okay? Ooh, wait a minute, I forgot. Need to add a little something to that. A little crushed red pepper. Because this is going to be the spicy that's going to be inside of that curry sauce. So when you taste these peppers, it's going to give you a little pow. And that's what we want. We want that little bit of pow, right? A little bit of clove. Okay. We'll just add a pinch of salt too. That's always helpful. Just a little bit. All right, so we're good there. Boom. Woo! Plantains right now. A little bit of ginger powder. So guys, I did the fish. It is absolutely spectacular. It's so delicious. I know I said everything is delicious, but when you can get fish to have that nice brown, whoops, it's on brown. That nice golden brown. Priceless. Now how I make my fish, that's a whole nother lesson, a whole nother time. But trust me, it will be fun and it's worth worth looking into. So that's something you definitely want to tune into, because this here is ballpark, carnival, any kind of fete, jump off quality. Nice and crunchy, flavorful. Delectable. All right, well, I think that's just about it. So at this point, the fish is just about done. Let me take you over and show you what the fish looks like. Little piece of tilapia. Golden brown, take a look at that, beautiful. All right, so at this point we are done. Thank you all for joining me on another episode of Chef Steph on Fire. Wait, y'all still there? Oh, you want to see the finished plate? Okay.